Welcome back, YouTube, for another episode of Subnautica. Now, I've been doing a lot of work since last episode, if you've been following along. We came back to the base, and lo and behold, my scanning room is somewhat working again. Now, in the off-screen time, I've actually been able to get it to scan for things like the Reaper Leviathan, things like that. So it seems to be a case of either whatever it can detect in the region at the time, or just a case of there's still glitches and bugs that need to be worked out with it. Not 100% sure on that, but let me show you what I've been doing. So I did a little bit more storage, and I did some organizing with it, just get some stuff pulled off of the Cyclops itself. And I've actually been testing storage capacity a bit. So I can get 3 of these freestanding, storage cabinets side by side, and if it'll actually open up, you can see it's basically actually, that's not the best one. Okay, here, good example. We have a 6 by 8 container. So there's 48 individual slots in the container, compared to one of these, which is a 5 by 6. So we have 30 per each of these. Now, obviously, I can get 3 of those on a wall comfortably. I can get 3 of these here, but the problem is I can't do 3 of those there and 3 of those there, and then there are 3 of them here. So I can't make that pattern replicate all the way across. Plus, these do not have their own labels. They have nothing, so I have to make a label above it, whereas the wall-mounted ones actually came with the option to put labels on there. Now, looking at the wall-mounted ones, you can see here I can get 4 of them in a row. So that is 30 slots of storage each. So that's 120 slots right there. That is 144 slots of storage for each of these. Now, what I've been experimenting with is a rotating pattern where I have a central container that is the 48 slots of storage with 2 wall-mounted side containers alternating to 2 of these freestanding containers at 48 slots of storage, and then a single middle-placed wall container. So that means this whole section here, just that, we have 48, 48, 48, which is 144, plus another 30, 60, 90. So we have 234 slots of storage in those 2 sections there. And I can make that replicate all the way around. So I actually would have, that's 234, that's 234 right there, be another 234, and another 234. So we're looking at well over 900 slots. So let's see. Yeah, that's way over 900 slots of storage per floor if we do that route. Now, at the same time, I have to put up extra labels for them. And it's this nice rotating pattern, but it's not consistent. Appearance-wise, I do like the idea of just wall-mounted all the way across, putting labels on them as needed, for each one has its own label. So that would be, if I can make 4 fit on each one all the way across, that is 120, 120. So that's 240 for each 2-panel section, which would mean even then I still end up with, that's 900 and like 240, 244. Yeah, 960 slots of storage per floor with the labeling on the actual lockers themselves. So I think what I'm going to do is end up ultimately doing this pattern all the way around on each of the upper floors, and then come back and rip all the contents out of this, organize everything, do it like this is already set up. So I can pull all this stuff out and set that up. I can even add another container right here next to the door openings, so I can actually get a little bit more storage on this floor as well. And so I'm going to probably end up doing that pattern ultimately. Now, I've also been doing a bunch of work on the Cyclops itself. I started preparing for another excursion to go out and do some supplies gathering. And I've actually got supplies put together. Gold, titanium ingots, magnetite, quartz for building reactors like the thermal reactors. But I also have stuff for electronics. I went ahead and made a lot of lubricant and synthetic fibers, some computer chips, and have supplies for that. And as I was working on it, you know, if you've watched the last couple episodes, we had storage all along the walls in here, but you could see it showing on the outside the Cyclops. And I didn't like that. I wanted it to look better. So I actually ended up pulling it in here. And you can see I still got plenty of room here for a bunch more storage containers. I have not yet built them because I don't want to burn through all my quartz that I have at the moment. I want to actually just wait. And I think what I'm going to do is as we go out and do our new expedition searching around the world, I'll build these as the supplies become available. But you can see it's not, you know, a problem to build them because I can easily get it. I just go as far over as I can and then try to get even height. And right there I have exactly, you know, as close as I can get to the next one over. So I'm maximizing my space as much as I can. And there's 3 more ready to be built. All I need is the quartz and titanium for it. So I have been preparing for that. I've got the supplies on here. I've also increased to a total of 9 power cells in reserve. And I have noticed that while it says power is 933 on here, apparently when you don't drive the Cyclops for a time period, you just swap out the power cells. If you don't actually man the Cyclops, it doesn't register the change on the heads-up display. So I'm actually at 1200 power for the Cyclops and ready to go. And they're still got that glitch. So I haven't seen an update yet to fix the glitch as far as everything being X-ray vision. But we still have, you know, plenty of food supplies for our expeditions going out because we don't have to worry about producing food as far as gathering fish or anything like that. And now I do have, if I can get this marble melon to let me collect it with a knife. There we go. Now we do have an aquarium, not an alien containment here. I cannot build an alien containment in here, which means the aquarium doesn't allow them to breed and reproduce to create more. They just simply swim around and look pretty, I guess. So it actually is acting more like just a storage container for live regionals. So if we do reach a point where I want to build a base now, I do have live regionals I can place and let them grow up into big regionals, and then I have a supply source for the bioreactor. But basically, you know, we did our previous expedition out, and we ended up finding a lot of really cool stuff and having to come back ultimately because I was running out of room. I didn't have stuff for building a new base. There was resources I needed that I didn't have access to immediately, like the you know, the creep vine and the seed packs for the creep vine. So that's why I wanted to come back. I put all my stuff away, and I also got a lot of stuff harvested and prepped in advance. I have also been doing some work, and I just realized I forgot my the prawn suit. I need to go grab it real quick. Okay, so now I've got my prawn suit docked like I should have already had done. But anyway, you know, we went out. We got a lot of supplies on the last excursion out. Found some interesting things. You know, went to the mountain island, got a teleporter activated from the alien tech. Managed to find some new floating islands underwater. And what I kind of want to do with this one, besides the fact of we know now the Cyclops will work for a good long duration without having to be have, you know, the power cells swapped out, because I went through one set of power cells on everything I did in the last excursion, And so I'm going to use the fabricator a lot more this time around for making extra goods that I need, which is why I'm right now stopping to harvest a bunch of the creepvine seed clusters, because those are extremely good for lubricant and such. And I want to make sure I am fully stocked for things like that, because as I head out and I reach a point where I want to build a base and I say, hey, a reactor would be really good right now at this location, but there's no creepvine seed clusters around for me to harvest to make lubricant. I want to make sure I have plenty of lubricant. So I have been kind of taking advantage of the opportunity to stockpile some lubricant in the off-screen time. But now, while we are on the way out, I want to go ahead and get some more stuff for making lubricant, and I'll get around to making that into lubricant later. I'm not going to worry about it just right yet. And I'm going to grab some quartz, because I'm going to use all this quartz up on those new storage containers, the wall-mounted containers. I thought I was going to be hitting the Grand Reef already, and I'm hitting this area instead that does not look like a reef. Now I see the edge of the Grand Reef. Now there's obviously stuff down here we have not explored, because previously when we were here we had the sea moth, and that was before I upgraded and made it where the sea moth can go a lot deeper. And now I actually have the prawn suit and can go very much deeper with the prawn suit as well. So I will definitely want to do some exploring here, see what other stuff I can find further down. And before we are done with today's episode, assuming I don't break everything by hitting all these, obstructions, I want to go back to the main floating island. Not the underwater floating islands, but the main floating island, the big one that floats above the surface. I want to go back there, and I want to explore down below it as far as the seafloor and see what's there. There's a nice geothermal vent. I could build a base around here. Ooh. And I see some ore, or uranite, I believe. Yep, just the crystals. And more diamond. Always nice to have diamond, because diamonds are forever. At least that's what that commercial says. And what just hit me? And more importantly, what is this up here that I see? This little, interior kind of area I can go into. I know I could easily get through here outside of the prawn suit, but at the same time, that's extremely hot right there from that geothermal vent. I don't want to get roasted alive. And looking at this, it looks almost like I'm in a cavern right now. Like there's a ceiling, there's a roof to this, which makes me really want to go back and get on the Cyclops and use it to kind of come check this out, because that seems like I'm in a new cavern area, and there might be something. I want to see kind of like how the roof of it does. Like, is a actual roof, or does it just kind of like, did I come into a big sinkhole type opening, or does it just kind of happen? It's like, look, even there you can see way up there, there's a roof, a ceiling to this area. Oh. What'd you just do? What was that supposed to do to me? Why are you looking at me funny? Let's keep going forward and get to the actual floating island itself, which should just be right up ahead. I should at any moment see the, stalactites of it hanging down right in front of my face. And let's kind of see what, like, let's just do a straight drop down from there. Let's get in the middle of it below the lagoon area and just drop straight down, see what we find. Because that's where I'm really interested, because I want to build a base here. I like the idea of building a base here because I'd have a nice above ground area that I'd be like, oh, hey, look, check out my base. It, it goes above ground. I've also got a teleporter here. I can teleport to another section of the map. Hey, how cool is that? And then on top of that, it's just be nice to say, like, hey, check out, I made, same place the Degrassi crew did not get it to work, I made work. I got a base built there that is awesome. It's a big, awesome base. And they couldn't do it. And I did it. And the problem is, I see being that there's no titanium on the actual island itself. I can't walk up on the island and be like, hey, can I harvest some titanium here? There's not a lot of the limestone chunks around, things like that. I'd have to go much further down to get access to things. See, like here, I'd have to be able to get down 315 meters, 320 meters to get resources like this. As opposed to where I'm currently based at, I technically can just, swim right out and go grab stuff, and I'm right below the surface. I mean, it's called the safe shallows for a reason. And it's safe and it's shallow. I'm right there at the edge. I can just walk out, and swim away a little distance and get supplies I need. Here, I'd have to have, like, either the sea moth come way down or take the prawn suit way down. And obviously the prawn suit would be helpful like it is now, and that I am sitting here collecting what appears to be lead, which I don't already have enough of, obviously. Okay, I think I may have actually overshot the sea treasures path. I think it may have actually been south of where we were. I'm not 100% sure. But we are in a new little area. It's kind of like a depression and a texturing change from where we were. So I kind of want to explore through here a bit. Especially I want to make sure I'm not going off the map again, because I've already done that. Yeah, go ahead, get away from me. I'm hurting you. But like I said, I believe if I keep heading west and then north a bit, depending on where I get to, I should hit another section of Sea Treader's Path, or I should hit the edge of the world, which I may have just done. Again, I don't know, let's look. Because it should slope down and then just kind of endlessly fall off. Yep, I'm at the edge of the map again, because this is how it looked before when I found it to the eastern side past the Aurora. I just kept going down, and then you get this texture change, and then eventually there's going to be a gap, or at least there was before, where you can actually go under and inside of it. Oh, maybe that was just like a gap they put in there on the other location because they're eventually going to put something inside of it. I don't know. But let's see how far down I am. 841. And I'm kind of tilted too. Ooh, and temperature has dropped big time. Right now I'm interested, and I want to do I'm kind of thinking I want to do a creative game just to go to the edge of the map and like a sea moth, or take a Cyclops to the edge of the map with a max depth prawn suit and jump off the edge and see what happens. See how far down I go. See if I end up hitting anything, if I land on anything, if I manage to just keep falling? I don't know. Huge bottom-dwelling life form. So it's saying that's why there's a path here with no vegetation. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Those guys. Can I scan you easily enough without you killing me, Mr. Sea Treader, sir? You don't seem too bad. I mean, you got some little spiky things there, but you don't seem to have like claws and such to attack me with. Tell you what, I'm just gonna sit here and grab me some supplies under your feet. You know, don't step on me. And I like quartz. And I like titanium and such. I could do without the lithium. I've got enough of that. Yeah, I got enough lithium. Don't worry about that. Just give me some other stuff. Man, y'all are noisy. You know that? Like, whoa. Oh! Don't hit me. Fine. Cut your butt. You're lucky. They're lucky. I'm running low on oxygen. That's the only reason I didn't go in there and, you know, take care of business with them. Alright, so I've got both sides of the initial area full of storage containers. So I'll walk in and I've got storage containers along both sides. I've got this gap here and I got this here. I kind of think this will be storage for certain supplies I need ready access to, so I don't have to climb all the way up and get them. But as far as the rest, I've got just storage for whatever. I've got plenty of stuff to build with. I am in the middle of this sea treader's path, and I got these, you know, butthole sea treaders walking around or in the area stomping. I can hear them stomping. So I know I'm in the right path, right spot. I want to look around for some other stuff, because obviously there's supposed to be more. There should be wreckage and scans here. I should be able to find some new resources here. And as long as I don't go off the edge of the map, I know I'm still in the right area. So I've got plenty of look around here, but I'm at the same time kind of in the thought process that I'm in an interesting new area. I don't want you to miss any. So do I need to do some work off screen and get some more supplies, or do I need to wait and do this all with you watching? I don't know yet. I'll be toying around with it. I probably would look around a little bit more of this biome, though I may not leave the biome just yet. I may well save that for when I'm actually recording, so you can see everything that I'm seeing as well. But I think for today, that's it. So we hit the edge of the map. You know, we found the sea treader's path. We got a bunch of supplies. Got to see some underwater cavern areas again. Checked under the floating island again. I've got the lower section full of storage that does not show on the outside of the Cyclops. And whenever they fix that bug where it displays the storage containers on the outside of the Cyclops, I'll put more storage in the middle and basically, you know, add even more to it. And we've got, you know, some good supplies going already, but nothing new. I haven't found any new components yet, so I definitely want to keep looking and try to find some new components. But I think that's going to be some off-screen time and hopefully some stuff in next episode. So if you like this episode, if you're enjoying the series, you're enjoying this video, hit that like button, hit subscribe, keep up with all my content. I am posting 5 days a week. This is day number 3 of the week. So I've got 2 more days for this week alone. And then, of course, every week it's 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So you hit subscribe, keep up with all my content. And make sure, you know, if you haven't watched the rest of the series, check out the playlist from the start. Watch the whole thing. Give me thumbs up on every video. Show your love. Leave comments if you got any suggestions on what you want me to try, what you like to see me build, where you think I should go next. Anything you want me to try in this game, make sure you put in a comment below. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys the next time.